Welcome to Yeshiva Daf. The shir has now been sponsored. We're holding in Zevachim Daf Kuf Ches. We're at the top of the Omid Aleph, few lines down when we get the two dots. So basically I would say something like 11, 12 lines down. The more quotes the Mishnah Rabbi Yosi Haglili Oimer. What did Rabbi Yosi Haglili said? He said that anything that's shechted, that was shechted inside. So if it's shechted inside and you bring it outside, you chayah. But you shechted outside, it's possible. That's what basically said. So if it's possible, you're not going to be chayah it. So said Rabbanan to basically, what are you talking about? What do you mean? But according to you, any carbon that you shecht inside, once you take it out, it also becomes possible. So what's the difference if you shecht it inside and you took it out, or you shecht it outside and it's out already? Well, I think it's right. The Gemara's over there.
Right there, on the back.
There, on the back. So says the Gemara, oh, hey, she Rabbi Tachatz very seglili. So answer Rabbi, and instead of very seglili, ma l'sheichet bifnim u'ma l'bachutz shoy soloi shasa koisher. When you shecht inside, so it was good. How shasa koisher? Then you took it out, it became possible. It did not even have one moment that was good. So if it started good, it became bad. Okay, Torah says Yechayev. But something that started bad, no. Hey, Shiva wasn't Shimon Taka the Seglili.
Now, at the end of the day, it's the same thing.
No, it's not. We're born to hold the same thing. Not very Seglili. Basically holds if you shecht inside and you go outside, you chayav. If you shecht outside and you do outside, you potter. Hey, Shiva wasn't Shiva Taka the Seglili. He answered instead of Seglili. In other words, it was in the Kodesh. So, Mayaf Kavino, Rashi brings, Kodesh Kabbalah means, because it was in the Kodesh, you took it out, if you bring it back in and you put it in the Mizbeach, then is what? Im Olu Lo Yerdu. You put it on the Mizbeach, you don't take it down. But when you showed it outside, the Kodesh won't accept it. Might be down between these two explanations and a very secondly. You shecht the night, it did not have shasa kosher, it was never good. But kodesh b'kablo im olu lo yerdu. Similarly, Rabbi Omar kiblu b'kli choyle kibnayu. He received it in kli choyle. It was never shasa kosher, but because it was inside, if it was kosher b'sul b'kodesh, im olu lo yerdu. So I'll be enough community between the two explanations. Continues the Gemara, so we saw the next part of the Mishnah was like this. If someone who's Tomeh and he ate Kodesh, Tor, he's Chayav. He ate Kodesh Tomeh. So if someone who's Tomeh and he ate Kodesh is Chayav. But it doesn't matter if the Kodesh is Tomeh or Tor. So basically, Bishop, if you ate Kodesh that is Tor, I understand that he's chayav. But if he ate kodesh, which is tameh, why should he be chayav? It's already tameh. That's what basically they said. So say we're putting it back. No. Even when it's tar, once you pick it up, it becomes tameh. Once you pick it up, it becomes tameh. And still you're chayav. So you see, the fact that it became tameh doesn't change the status. Says the Gemara, Shav the Kahanim, the Rabbanan, basically, the Rabbanan is saying good. Omer Ravo, Kol Heichod Nitma Tuma Saguf, Ve'achakach Nitma Bosor. If the person became Tomei first, then the meat became Tomei. The Kulam Oloi Pligi de Chayav. Everybody agrees the Chayav. Sheked Tuma Saguf V'Karos. Pashri Chayav. Rabbi, even though it doesn't sound like that in the Mishnah, but Rabbi Yisei Glili, he agrees. If someone is Tomei and afterwards the meat became Tomei, like the case we spoke, that he touched it, picking it up, or on its own, so he's chayav. So what's the machlokes? Keep plig.
He has a rishkin kadma.
Yeah, okay. It was going to first, clearly. Keep plig. The boss became tummy first. Rabbanan Tzavir, meaning Migoi. Migoi, that, what's the Migoi? So the Migoi here is what we know, and this is how the Rishonim point out. Tosis says it very short. If you look at the end of Tosis, the last line of Tosis in the moment. What does Tosis say? Rabbanan Tzavir Migoi, Behisu Koile Pligi. In the Farish Pligi, the Noshim, and Peseches Chulin. What is Hisu Koile? When I have already Isser, now I have a new Isser. The other Isser, we have a din, ain't Isser Chal Isser. Once you have one Isser, I'm not going to put you another Isser. So this meat is already Tomei, already Isser. Now the Adam became Tomei, ain't Isser Chal Isser. But when the Adam became Tomei, he's also to eat other meats. The meats are Torah. That's called Isser Koilel. Mitoch Shekoilel, other places, becomes Tomei as well. Say Rabbanon, because he became Tumas Aguf, Migoi, that it becomes also in other things, he becomes also in this. That's the Migoi. He's a Koil.
Is it really a Migo? Is it really a Migo? It's not.
It's a Mitoich. That's called a Koil. Mitoich. It's a Mitoich. But the translation of the word Migoi is to Mitoich. We're not going into the lumdis of Migoi Mitad the Krachatayim. Migoi Mitad Mitoich. So he says, Dabor Savar Migoi. Basically, someone learning Migoi, basically old. You don't say Isuchal Isu, be Isuchal.
I'm sorry, you don't say Isuchal Isu.
And Isuchal. Isuchal means when you go to Krayl. No. Isuchal means that we said before, you have Isu, the Chal, and other things. So you have the meat that's tummy, the meat is tummy. Now I eat it. Comes the Adam became tummy. And Isuchal Isu, it's already also. Yeah, but now the Adam became tummy, he can't eat the other piece of meat. So koilel means once this becomes the Isser, it's koilel b'toicho, so this one. That's the Migoi. B'toich, that it falls over here as well. Says the Gemara, Rabbi Yasi, he did Migoi la'minon, teisi tuas aguf dechamir b'tocho tuas basor. What about the fact that tuas aguf is more chamer? As Yisur Moisif, or equivalent to Yisur Moisif. Yeah, it should be. Yeah, tumas goes more chomer should be chal on it. Because it really the beisu chomer is all the yisu chal isu. Rashi by tumas aguf chomer. Who said tumas aguf is more chomer? Timu tumas basar chomer she can hail time mikvah. Tumas basar maybe doesn't know cars in it. On the other hand, there's no way to take away tumas basar. When you have a piece of food that's tummy, it is there forever. Can't take it out. So maybe that makes it more chomer. So Zog the Gemara, what is the Gemara telling us? So really, that's the B'chlekes over here. That's even though the Losh of the Mishnah doesn't sound that way, especially that the Mishnah is comparing the two cases. The case of Sheikhet B'chutz and Tumah seems to be the same logic. It's not the same logic. Sheikhet B'chutz, the reason is Chayav is because you're saying you have to have Shasakration. Here, the reason why he's Potter, according to Risek Lili, because Ein Isuchal, so once you have one, so you don't have another Isuchal on it. And we don't have a din Isur Koilel, and this is not going to be Isur Tuba Chamura, so that's why you say that it's a Achal according to Risek Lili. We're going to hold Isur Koilel, you do say it. Very good. So the Mishnah. So we learned that you have, what's the name of the parak? What's the name of this parak? Hashayach Dumale. So this parak, we talk about the two Yisur of Shchita and Halal. There's some things that Shchita is more chomer than Aliyah. Some things Aliyah is more chomer than Shchita. Someone who shechts for not the purpose of HaKadosh Baruch Hu, you shecht for an individual, he's chayav. Doing Allah, and you're doing it for an individual, so then he's patur. Rashi brings over here that he's chayav because of the Zohar. He's not chayav al talos chut, he's chayav because of the Zohar. Tosis on base disagrees with Rashi. It's not with the Zohar. The Zohar is only when you want to make something into a god. If you share for something, not necessarily you want to make it into a god. Chayr ba'aliyah. What's the chayr ba'aliyah? Shnayim she'ochzu b'saki b'shachtu patur. You have two people that shecht together. Reuben and Shimon held the knife together and shechted, the patur. But if they held on to the limb and put it on the mizbeach, together the chayav. We'll see the Gemara why. Hello, v'chozo v'hello, v'chozo v'hello. He put it on the mizbeach multiple times. What means multiple times? Meaning different pieces of the animal. Chayav kol Elio div Rav Shimon. According to Rav Shimon, chayav each time you put it on the mizbeach. V'esiyoim be'enu chayav elachas. It's chayav only one. Ve'enu chayav at she'aleh l'roish ha-mizbeach. It's to be on top of a mizbeach. Meaning, is it supposed to be designated to be a mizbeach? It needs to be an altar, or it could be a rock or a stone. We'll see a little bit more about the definition of mizbeach, and then with base. Says the Gemara, why? How long? When you do it, tichtiv LaHashem. It has to be done LaHashem. So yeah, we talk about it. He's doing it for the Shem Shamayim. B'shchit ram yachtiv LaHashem. Shani also no makor ish. Meaning, what is ish? La'avi ish. Rashi says sheshachtu leish. Ish was doing it for the purpose of an adam, not for Hashem. Kabei alom enachtiv ish. Also by Allah it says ish. B'hayin l'shnayim she'elu be'ev v'chayov. That tells you if two did it together, the chayav. Ish. Not one person, two people. Says the Gemara, maybe Bashchita as well. If two held a knife, it will be chayav. Shani also namakor. How who? Says the Rosh Pasuk is Tam yichashev laish hahu. Tam shofar v'nichas eish hahu. Says twice. Right now, as Rashi points out, we will talk about the second one. Nichas eish hahu. Echad v'lashtayim. Nafka one or the other. Yachi gabe Allah nam yachtiv hahu. Also by Allah it says oh, because it says the Nechasha Yishu Me'amav. It says the moment you violate, that we need something else. The moment we have Kuf Chesem Ubeis, Shoygeg Onus Umute. Meaning, someone who did it by mistake, someone who did it when he was forced, someone who was Onus, someone either mistaken or he was Mute by Aldei Acher. Acher means someone else went in and made him told him, oh, you can do it. Say you put. Chayav only when he didn't do these things. Toys asked over here, what does it mean oinus? Oinus is not a ma'aseh. When someone put it, it's not going to be you doing it. So says Toys says no. Oinus over here talking about oimer mutter. Someone said, I didn't know. I thought it was mutter. That's not mamash oinus. No, it's more than shaking. The Gemara in Shabbos speaks about it. What?
Depends on what oimer mutter is. Some say it's karab l'mezid.
Right. So we're going in this bandama that says that oimer mutter. In this case, like, what is it? Achlis and Rova, right? Yeah. It's also by us the same thing. So if you have one ahu, that's your coming to the mind. You have another one coming to the mind too. So I have to say LaHashem. By Shchito. So he says, Lo yitzi siyah mishtaleach. In siyah mishtaleach, if someone took siyah mishtaleach and he shecht it, he's not chayav, even though the purpose of siyah mishtaleach is to throw it down the cliff. He shecht it outside. He's not chayav. Why? It has to be LaHashem. And siyah mishtaleach is given to who? To the Satan. Siyah mishtaleach is not given to Hashem. It's given to the Satan. That's the Ramban there in Chumash. Saying Allah is more chamor, and we said that what? What is Allah more chamor? That Shnayim Shachazu B'Saki Potter and Be'aver the Chayav. Says the Gemara, Tanabon Ishi, why it says Ishi Sharabu Shnayim, as we said before, Shachazu Be'aver Be'elu Shechayav. Shechayav Aladinu, Uma Shechet Le'edut Shechayav. If you do shchita, what do you do for an individual? Chayav. Shnayim Shachazu B'Saki V'Shodub Tuim B'Shchita. If two people did the shchita together, the Potter. Hamala le'edut shepato, when you do aliyah, we said before, has to be LaHashem. Ein yodin sh'shnayim shachos upturim skavachim and dishrei pater. Talmud noima ish divrei Rav Shimon. That's what it says, ish. That's what we said before. If you can't matter with noima ish. So here we say ish is only one. Sorry, ish is coming to tell me, coming to be merab shnayim. So maybe Shtar B'Chav Ish, as we said before, you have both of them Chav. That's what Hashem. You see, Hartman says, Echad L'Shtai is coming to argue. One and not two. In Kavato V'Lo Meishish, according to this man, the Omar argues what we said till now. He said that two that did Shchita Potter. So what do you do with Ishish? Torah speaks Lashon Bnei Adam. It's a beautiful idea. Why Torah? Do you want to take Lashon Bnei Adam? Because really, the Kol Torah Kulo, Rav Destler says it. Kol Torah Kulo is really it's the way it's revealed down in the world. Up there in Shamayim, the Torah is revealed a different way. Kol Torah Shmos HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Down in the world is revealed to us. So also the way the Torah speaks is the shpach of human beings. Same way Shimon I said before, though, who's going to tell you if he's not if you're in a mistake? Says the extra hey. Shimon hu lo yidosh. You want to say Ishish is not for a drasha. How Ishish David Dibur Kolosh B'Yadam. So also by Shchita Ish is Dibur Kolosh B'Yadam. Ela Sheikh Le'eder Minale. How do you know if you shecht it for individual, not for Hashem? It works. Before we learn from Ishish. Sigmar Dechad Nafkalei Midam Michoshev Laish Hu Dam Shofach Va'afilo Sheikh Leish. So he dashed it Leish Hu Dam Shofach. He did Shchita for that person. Okay, that's Yidash. Here, by the way, we have the taste. The taste said, "Tzayav v'dezara." He says, "Mal chaver ein shayel chav shavas kachavim kavan demis kavan l'shavas kachavim." That's the shavas v'dezara. The same one. What Machlek is over here. But shayel is what he's doing for his friend is of v'dezara without a net. Says in Mo'elo v'chazov v'elo, he put on the mizbeach multiple times, in multiple different limbs. Is chav each one. Oma shloikish machlokes bedalet ve'ei evar. You have 4 or 5 limbs. The marsova kiktiv la sois oisoy ala shalom uchayav ve'ei nechol nachayav lachose akol be'ei muksiv. Meaning, you need to do the animal. He's chayav on the animal, and he's not chayav on a missing animal. Right? And that's what it means. Chaser mizal, not only one limb. So the way you should explain it, everybody agrees. That's what Tate says very clearly. It's not pshat that there's one norma that says if you didn't put the whole animal, you're not chayav. Pshat is that any piece of the animal is all included as one. I'm not chayav for one piece, and I'm chayav again for another piece. You're chayav in doing an animal. Multiple pieces of the animal all included as one animal. So again, the Gemara says, it's not chayav on a piece, each piece, a kol be'im maksiv. But so you have to, you're not going to chayav multiple times. The Commissioner says you chayav only once. Kol aver ve'aver ksiv. The other one holds is chayav for each aver. So it's telling you chayav each aver. By aver, one aver for sure. You're not chayav if you tell a piece of the aver and another piece of the aver. You have to have all the each aver is one thing. What we said before as a discussion, usually one says the more is lower pashut. He says, you know why a piece of the aver is also going to be chayav each piece? Because inside, if you have a piece of the aver that falls off the mizbeach, you put it back in. So you merely outside for a small piece, you're chayav. Umay sova potter. Manu argues, says no, you potter. Why you potter? Because the mice have to have a full aver. So you have a machlekes. Again, the first one, the Amar tells us, Rishokish learns that everybody agrees that a piece of aver doesn't work. The machlekes is regarding multiple avar. Are you chayav in multiple avar and only one? Or you chayav for each aver? And Rivnut says everybody agrees you chayav for each aver. The machlekes says in one aver itself, what happens if you have a piece of the aver? Same what Pligid Ula argues in Ula, the Omar Ula, Akol Moidim b'muktori prim shechosru ve'elu mechutz. Muktori prim that you did, it was shechted inside, and a piece of the animal was done outside. Shechayav, right? Lo nichlikol. That's how you chayav because you because mizbeach. It goes to mizbeach. Lo nichlikol b'muktori chutz shechosru ve'elu mechutz. Whole machlekes says when you have it outside, something that was shechted outside, and you put it outside. The Mar Sova Potter, Umar Sova Chad, that's where Machlekes. Right, so when we talk about less takazai down in K'torei Prim, but K'torei Chutz, that's the Machlekes between Ulo and Abirchim. Ikadami, some say,
Is this within one aver? Is that because we said
Yes.
says the machlokes, says the machlokes is about within one aver. So Ula agrees that it's within one aver.
So all is saying, everybody agrees if it's shechita done inside, so there's no machlokes. Everybody will agree that you chayav within one aver. Inside for the shchutei prim.
Meaning, if you and you brought it outside, everybody agreed even if it's one aver, you chayav multiple times.
Yeah, we'll chayav each piece.
Each piece of that one aver.
Right. But so what's the machlokes? Muktar chutz. You shecht it outside. If you shecht it outside,
and it's multiple pieces of one aver.
Yes, then will be a machlokes.
According to
Ula, understand the machlokes in our Mishnah.
And Rabbi Yochanan would say in that case.
I don't know if Rabbi Yochanan will differentiate. Maybe he's going to say that everybody agrees. Maybe he's going to say that everybody agrees that a piece of aver is not chashuv enough. Only when it's inside it's chashuv enough. Let's see. Rashi says because the svar is all because inside goes in. Yeah, Rashi says two different svaras. So Rashi, you're right. Rabbi Yochanan will argue an ul in that part. How we agree? Why? Because outside you need to have a full aver. Which is exactly like Rabbi Yochanan. So the Ikadami say the ula is like Rabbi Yochanan. Avu Shmuel argues in the first lashon of ula, the same Rabbi Yochanan argues in the first lashon of ula. He says, why are we giving back pieces of animals to the Mizbeach? Not like Rabbi Yosi that says that you only chayav on full ivar. So here the Gemara is taking another stretch that we didn't learn till now. Till now we were learning that everybody agrees pieces of the carbon inside the Beis Hamikdash go back in the Mizbeach. The shaila is, do you learn from here to shchutei chutz? For the ones that do not love the chutz. Now the Gemara says, according to Abu Shmuel, they all always go together. If you hold it outside, you're not having a piece. That means inside you also don't bring back a piece. So even inside, a piece of a limb is not good enough to bring inside. So right, look at Lashon Rashi. Rashi says to like Rabbi Yosi, they came with the bifnim bnei aktor, and because inside they're good to put in the mizbeach. So it goes together. They're always equal. So meaning he argues that the only thing that Abu Shmuel is adding is to tell you, don't tell me that everybody agrees that inside, in the mizbeach inside, the poikim you'll bring back even a piece. No, it goes together. If whatever you hold inside, you hold outside. Whatever you hold outside, you hold inside. So if you hold it outside, you're not chayav in a piece. So inside, you don't have to bring the piece back to the mizbeach.
So
And vice versa.
Abu Shmuel argues on both on Ula and on Rabbi Yochanan. I mean, on the first lashon of Ula and Rabbi Yochanan.
L'chur is going like a Yochanan. That they're arguing that. They just arguing in detail. It's arguing in detail. Yeah. Okay, they have to do the cheshbonos with the psukim over here. But it seems that Abu Shmuel is agreeing with Rabbi Yochanan's concept, but there's one nikud that is arguing Rabbi Yochanan. Rabbi Yochanan holds that on the mizbeach, everybody will either go in. What the Shmuel says that it won't go in the mizbeach as well. Okay, because this woman says he has to put it on top of a mizbeach. How do you know that? I'm not going to mind the time of the Rabbi Yosi Dichtiva even noyach mizbeach lashem. You build a mizbeach. Let's be a designated mizbeach. The first we have a big discussion. Why do you learn from Koydim Atateyu? Before Atateyu. Okay. Oh, Bechadon. My time with Shimon Dichtiva Yikach Manoach is the easy Misamincho. By Manoach it says he took the animals. He took the animal. He took the gedi. Took the mincha vayal al atzur la'ashel. He put it on a rock. So you see that a rock is good enough. Pidach na'am yachtiv even mizbeach la'Hashem. I don't know how it says mizbeach. How the goyim b'alma? Just to tell you, it needs to be something high. You don't put it on the floor. You put it on something a little elevated. It says Manoach put it on a tzur, on a piece of stone. So that was a shah. He could do it there. Manoach was basically told by the Malach to do it. You learn from the fact that it says Mizbeach only in the Beis Hamikdash. Outside Beis Hamikdash, I have no din of Mizbeach. Because I don't need them. There's no such thing as Mizbeach outside Beis Hamikdash. Says the Gemara, what do you mean Chayav? Yotzui Baila. I'm talking about a Boma. Boma means I don't have Beis Hamikdash, and I want to do a Boma outside. Can I use something which is not Mizbeach? Who's a Chayav? Yotza. Use the Eitzid Chayva. Goes together. Meaning he holds only Beis Hamikdash have a Mizbeach. Outside Beis Hamikdash I don't have a Mizbeach. Not when it's Leheter, and that's when it's Leser. So what Karen, the Kevesh, the Yesoid. Karen is the horn of the Mizbeach. Kevesh is the ramp. Yesoid is the bottom part. If you pour a square, Ma'u Shi'aklu the Boma, do we need it in the Boma? Meaning, obviously, according to the one that holds, the Boma does have a Mizbeach. Not like Rabbi Shimon. Only have Yimmer, Tanyo, Karen, the Kevesh, the Ribua, the Yesoid, the Akvi, Boma Gdoilo, the Ain, the Akvi, the Boma Ktano. So, when you have a Boma Gdoilo, which is a Boma Tzibur, then you have to have Mizbeach, according to the one that argues Rabbi Shimon. But if you hold that, but if it's a Boma Ktano, you do in your backyard, then that. I said now like Shimon, a question of this Shimon will agree to that. Maybe we'll agree. No, because the Shimon holds the end is the only Mizbeach that we have is only Pesach or Moed, not Boma Tzibur. Let's say the Gom. Okay, so we'll stop over here. Be'ez Hashem, we'll continue tomorrow. Tomorrow's a regular day, right? Tomorrow we'll have the regular time, and then we'll discuss about Thursday, probably after Mincha Maariv.
Where's Thursday from?